Well, it's a lot like mixing bleach and ammonia. Anytime you put them together, you get a toxic result. That's the Bret the Hitman Hart versus Rob Taurus situation. Only this time, this match is happening at the insistence of Bret the Hitman Hart.
This next match, one fall, with a 15-minute time limit, approaching the ring from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, weighing to 130 pounds. He's the excellence of execution, Bret the Hitman Hart.
The Hitman is done trying to figure out what Rob Taurus' problem towards him is. He has called him out, and tonight it is going to be one-on-one on Bret the Hitman Hart's terms, I suppose.
From the Sultan of Sexy's first appearance in RWL, he's had it in for Bret and the rest of the Hart Foundation, to say nothing of epic feuds with Josef von Schmidt and, of course, American Supreme, who put Taurus out for 3 months for disrespecting Crystal Gabor. Yes, sir, Rob's always been a troublemaker, but he's really got this thing about the Hitman. It's borderline psychotic.
You know, you go away for a year, you come back. You figure you might find somebody new to pick on. No, he goes right back to Bret the Hitman Hart. And man, did Rob Taurus ever leave everybody slack-jawed when he showed up out of nowhere to attack Bret the Hitman Hart again. It was like business as usual. Well, clock in, ding, time to go beat up Bret the Hitman Hart again. Wow.
And his opponent from Nashville, Tennessee, weighing to 160 pounds, the Sultan of Sexy, Rob Taurus.
Well, a couple of quick little details about Rob Taurus. He was a former tag team champion with Dr. D. David Schultz of the Tennessee Studs. And he had a brother, Chad Taurus, who was here for all of about 30 seconds. We'll probably never see him again, but Rob Taurus, he's back. And right back to business as usual, as I said. He just got it in for Bret the Hitman Hart. He's determined to bust him open, make him bleed everything conceivable that he can possibly do to damage Bret Hart. It's just, I don't know, he's nuts.
You know what really sucks about this guy is that he really could be a top star if he wasn't so obsessed with feuding with all his opponents. But some people just can't see past their own hatred, I guess.
And it is going to be a disadvantageous match for the Hitman, who will spend most of it on the defensive, given Rob Taurus' attitude.
Staying on the defense is great, but he's going to have to find some time to fight back too, Dandy Don. This is going to be a good one. Well, the Hitman's primed. Obviously, Rob Taurus is in his mood. Referee Tom Canamora rings the bell, and off we go. They lock up. Hitman goes behind, rear waist lock. Taurus with a snapmare into a rear headlock on the Hitman. Drives a knee into the back of Bret Hart. Swings, misses, locks up. Bret Hart pressed into the corner by the Sultan of Sexy. Referee Tom Canamora going to have to break it up. Let's see if we get a clean break. Well, wonder of wonder, miracle of miracles. Bret the Hitman Hart whips Rob Taurus to the ropes, ducks under. They collide with no result. Counter kick from Rob Taurus. Swings and misses with a clothesline. They lock up, tussle again. Down goes the Hitman. Swings and misses, does Rob Taurus again. Swings and misses, does the Hitman. Up and over. Bret the Hitman Hart. Quick with the counter here. Clothesline. Pass over tea kettle and out onto the floor goes Rob Taurus. Bret the Hitman Hart rounds him up. Swings and misses. Gonna be a lot of that going on here. No joy in Mudville tonight. The Hitman makes his way back inside. Rob Taurus swings him around. Oh, a gouge of the eyes from the Sultan of Sexy. Did not take him long to start fighting dirty. German release suplex on Bret the Hitman Hart. A clubbing overhand right that doesn't connect. Rob Taurus rounds up Bret the Hitman Hart by the hair. The Hitman countering with elbows to the gut. The Hitman countered. Taken down by Rob Taurus with one arm. Taurus covers. One, but just a one. The Hitman still too peppy. Another swing and a miss from Taurus. Bret the Hitman Hart. Nice crucifix right there. From the excellence of execution. He's going to have it all over Rob Taurus technically. Rob Taurus is much more of a brawler. He's got some technical skills. But nowhere near the Hitman. Rob Taurus. Shoulder tackle by Bret the Hitman Hart. Out onto the floor goes the Sultan of Sexy. The Hitman goes out to join him. Rob Taurus countered by Bret Hart. Bret makes his way back inside. Rob Taurus hangs him up on the top rope. Makes his way inside. Headbutt. And whoa, just pitches him towards the corner. Rob Taurus got a lot of power. See how physically well Rob Taurus is built. Oh, turn stomp. Throws Bret's head right into the canvas. Yeah, he's not going to play fair. Oh, man. The back rake. Bret the Hitman Hart counters with a DDT. Quickly going for a cover, but too close to the ropes. Rob Taurus finds his way out anyway. Bret the Hitman Hart rallying the crowd in DC for a little bit of support here. The Hitman whips Taurus to the corner. He rebounds out. Russian leg sweep from Bret the Hitman Hart. The Hitman delivers a leg snap to Rob Taurus. Taurus back up on his feet, but the Hitman right there whips him to the ropes. Back body drop for Rob Taurus. Now the Hitman going into a submission here. Stretching Rob Taurus. Doubt he's going to tap though. Taurus counters, gets back up on his feet. A couple of hard shots and a high hip toss from Rob Taurus. Bret the Hitman Hart catches one to the midsection. Here's the pump handle. Whoa! There it is. That's the warm-up to the last tango right there. That modified Samoan drop from Rob Taurus. 1, 2, but only a 2 count. Bret Hart had the wind knocked out of him for sure. The Sultan of Sexy debates his next move. Leg sweep from Bret the Hitman Hart. Taurus back up on his feet. Standing dropkick takes the Hitman down again. Bret Hart whipped into the corner. Taurus turns him around. Sets him up on the top turnbuckle. Well, here we go. This is going to be bad. Top rope superplex coming up for the Hitman. 10 feet up, 10 feet down. Rob Taurus nails him with it. Rob Taurus feeling a bit of the impact himself. Taurus rounds up the Hitman. Slams his head down to the floor. Tom Canamora counting on both guys. Bret rolled back into the ring by Rob Taurus. Taurus moves back in. Rolls Bret over. Goes for the cover. This could be it. 1, 2. Nope. Just a 2 count. Bret the Hitman Hart powering it on Rob Taurus. Trash talking the Hitman here. Bret counters with a kick to the leg. Whips Rob Taurus to the far corner. Bret the Hitman Hart with a running bulldog. Face first into the canvas goes Rob Taurus. The Hitman up on the middle rope here. Drives an elbow into the head of Rob Taurus. Here's a cover. 1, 2, no. Rob Taurus powering out of the pin. Bret delivers a kick to the back. The Hitman currently in control of this matchup. And it's gone back and forth quite a bit. Oh, here we go. Bret the Hitman Hart warming it up. There's the sharpshooter centering. Rob Taurus with nowhere to go. For the wrist, Taurus counters, finds his way out of the sharpshooter. Got to be impressed with that in spite of yourself. The Hitman takes him down with an inverted atomic drop, follows it up with a stomp to the back. And Rob Taurus on the canvas again, gets himself back up. Bret the Hitman Hart quickly countered by Rob Taurus. The Hitman counters, delivers a series of kicks to the leg and a clothesline. Takes down Rob Taurus. Again, Bret the Hitman Hart stretching him. Another possible submission being worked here as Bret the Hitman Hart continues to wear down the Sultan of Sexy. Rob Taurus unable to find his way out apparently. Bret the Hitman Hart releasing the hold. And Rob Taurus has been stretched well. Leg sweep counter. Rob Taurus indicating to the fans that he's got it upstairs. Yes, he did. A kick to the head. And another clothesline that takes him down out onto the floor. Oh, this one's been a ride, you guys. The Hitman countered. Rob Taurus Misses with the clothesline. Bret the Hitman Hart right there to round him up. Fireman's carry from Rob Torres as they battle near the Spanish announce table. Up into the table goes Rob Torres. Torres counters with a right. Taurus makes his way back to the ring. So does Bret the Hitman Hart. He makes it in first. The Hitman with the Dragon Sleeper on Rob Taurus. Taurus whip to the rope. Ooh, man. Standing drop kick. Taurus quickly up out of the corner. There it is, the last tango. That could be the end right there. Bret the Hitman Hart on Dream Street after the last tango from Rob Taurus. Taurus covers. 1, 2. Shit. Oh, man. Taurus talking about Tom Kennemore, hurry up with that count. But Bret the Hitman Hart powering out of the last tango. That is pretty impressive. Up and over, out onto the floor goes Bret the Hitman Hart. Rob Taurus goes outside to round him up. The Hitman counters. Rob Taurus with a clothesline takes him down to the floor. The Sultan of Sexy rounds up the Hitman. The Hitman counters with another kick. Swings and misses. Taurus makes his way back inside. So does the Hitman. Bret the Hitman Hart whips him into the far corner. Turns Rob Taurus around. He's calling for it again. The running bulldog out of the corner. Down goes Rob Taurus. Bret the Hitman Hart up on the middle rope. There's the knee into the head of Rob Taurus, and I think he might be about done. Bret the Hitman Hart needs to wrap this thing up. I think he realizes it too. Stalking Rob Taurus, takes him down center ring, setting it up. There's the sharpshooter again. Rob Taurus again with nowhere to go. This has definitely got to be... No. Oh, shut up. Rob Taurus says, nope, not done yet. No. Hard shot to the midsection from Rob Taurus, followed up with a kick. Oh, man, what a shoulder breaker from the Sultan of Sexy. Goes for the cover, hooks the leg. 1, 2. Oh, wow. Neither one of these guys giving up easy, that's for damn sure. Rob Taurus rounds him up. Arm drag from Bret the Hitman Hart. Taurus counters with a right. Clothesline takes the Hitman down hard. Taurus rounds him up again. Bret the Hitman Hart counters again. Another beautiful bulldog from the excellence of execution. Taurus counters with a knee. Neither one of these, I mean, they hit each other with everything but the damn kitchen sink, and neither one's giving up on nothing. Just unbelievable. Taurus, there it is, that beautiful spinning Samoan drop cover. 1, 2, and again, Bret the Hitman Hart somehow, some way finding his way out of danger. The Hitman rounded up to his feet by Rob Taurus, whipped to the corner. Bret counters. Taurus countered again. The Hitman has him up. Oh, there's the pile driver. Rob Taurus may be gone nine-eye right here. Bret the Hitman Hart rounds him up. Up over the shoulders. Taurus counters inverted DDT. Man, unbelievable, these two. Every time they get together, it's always sparks flying. Taurus up on the top turnbuckle. Bret's laid out. Oh, misses with the leg drop. Bret right there to pick up the pieces. Countered with the neck breaker. Taurus tries for something, but no good. Bret the Hitman Hart tags him with a series of rights. Down he goes again. And here we go one more time. Bret the Hitman Hart setting up the sharpshooter. Rob Taurus in big time trouble here. And that's it. He is tapping out. Bret the Hitman Hart defeats Rob Taurus by pinfall. How about this right here?
The time was 6 minutes and 53 seconds. Your winner via submission, Bret Hitman Hart.
The Hitman, overcoming what seemed like insurmountable odds against the Sultan of Sexy, Rob Taurus, determined to do some sort of damage to Bret the Hitman Hart, but he gets a submission win and not a scratch on the mouth. Bret the Hitman Hart surviving an ordeal against the Sultan of Sexy, and who can say when he's going to be back or who he'll be targeting next?
I wouldn't worry none too much about that. A fellow like Rob Taurus always seems to find himself something to do. Well, not tonight he don't. That's the Hitman Hart picking up the tap-out win over the Sultan of Sexy. When we come back, it's our main event, the World Heavyweight Championship on the line. American Supreme Matt Clark defends the title from the Mexican monolith Warlord Santos when we return.